Hello, friends. How's it going? How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Good morning, Monty Logic. Thank you for joining me, us, friends, us, all of us. I don't know what I'm saying. Cool. Today I am drinking coffee and I'm wearing my ninja outfit. Check it out. My kids love this. See, it's a ninja outfit. It's fantastic. So if I ever need to, covert fight, I don't know, whatever. Coolio. All right. So today we're going to be doing, I'm going to convert something to the Interactivity API. So I've been working on this little website for a conference talk or workshop that I'm doing at Working at Beja. And basically what I want to have, so if we go to my conferences page now, just ignore the ugliness here. We just pretend it doesn't exist. So I've got this. So basically, the concept here is that you'll log in, and then you can vote on the recipes that you want to work on, right? And so this is all built with the Interactivity API. We sort of talked about it a bit. I think last stream, maybe the stream before, I can't remember. But so there's and then so it adds voting. It does all this stuff behind the scenes. But then what I've done is I've created this thing called the results page. The results page looks like this. And it's the results of all of the voting. So let me just see. I'm just going to add all these. Oh, I can't. Oh, right, because that's not enough. Let me just, yeah. So so the plan here is I'm going to convert this into blocks, because right now the way that I've built this is just a single block. I can show you the code. So I have this in my theme here. I've got a blocks directory, and I've got this results. And basically, the way it is, it's echoing out a section with a ID. I've given it an ID of this stuff, right? And then in my view script, I'm building out a React application, and I'm just inserting it in there. So that works great. It's fine. I'm happy with it. But what I want to do is I want to have this be done with the Interactivity API, because we can do all this with the Interactivity API. The reason being that I can split some of this stuff out. So like right now, what does it even look like here? So I've got like my results. I've got a UL, like one unordered list, right? But what if I want to change some things? What if I wanted to I don't know. What if I wanted to put something in between each one of these, or I wanted to make this more of like a query loop, basically, I guess is what I could probably do with it. But I think what I'm going to try to do is make the Interactivity API generate these for me and do all of that. What I'm going to do though first is I'm going to just switch to a different user. Let's switch to this user. And then if I come back to my vote, you'll see that? It changes, it shows your face. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna add some more recipes in here. And then I'm going to go back to my users again, switch back to admin. And I said switch back to admin. Am I admin now? I am admin. So go back to users, I'm gonna switch to, I don't know, whatever, this one. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have a number of votes sort of showing up in here. So as you see this, you can see, okay, there's 3 votes, there's 2 votes, 2 votes, 1 vote. So that's what we're going to do. This is what I'm going to do today. This is what I'm going to work on, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how it goes. All right. So let's get started. So what I have, I'm going to just get into my build process here. So cd repeat content theme chef kiss. So I'm going to say npm run start blocks, I think is what I want. That looks like a thing. So you might notice my commands are a little bit different. So there's, with the Interactivity API, there is a new voice volume. Oh, can you not hear me? Hello? Is my volume really low? Check. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is that better? Sorry, Herebox, I didn't. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for letting me know. Let me know if that's still too low. According to my audio settings, it looks fine, but You tell me. Or just turn up your speakers. I don't know. Anyhow. Hey, Kev. Oh, Kevin's here.
Kevin!
Hi, Kevin. Yeah, hello. The Lup is here too. Oh, Birgit. Sorry, you can hear me, Birgit, or you cannot hear me? I can hear. Everyone can hear me. Sweet. Okay. Oh, and we've got someone from YouTube saying hi. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to say your name. Aki's here. Just fully maxed and quiet. You can hear. Okay. Well, here, Box, I'm not sure what the issue is. So, I don't know, chat, tell me if everyone else is having trouble hearing me. Because I can talk closer to the microphone, but according to I'm like maxing out at like minus 5 dB, so I got a lot going on here. Let me stand by. Let me just check my advanced audio stuff. Okay, that looks fine. Properties? Yeah, okay, cool. I don't know what to tell you. Brian is here. Okay. All right, cool. So if everyone else can hear me, Hearbox, apology. I don't know why it's not working for you, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay. So what was it? All right. Yeah. So for the Interactivity API has got, some things that we have to do. So I'm using the latest and greatest Gutenberg in the site. I can show you right now. Switch back. Sorry. Back to my main profile. So in my plugins, I'm not using the latest and greatest. I apparently have to update that. So I'm going to update that right now. 17.7, which I think just came out last week. I'm going to update the user while I'm here. So this is the latest and greatest of Gutenberg. And that's where all the goodness is for the Interactivity API. So the Interactivity API supports, what was I going to say? All right, sorry. So there is a new experimental flag in the scripts process. Yeah, sorry, man. Or person. Squid. Yeah. There's a new flag called experimental modules. Now it is very experimental in the scripts package. So I'm using that. Now you don't have to use that. You can manually enqueue these scripts yourself, and that's very, very possible. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna work with this right now, and we're gonna see how that goes. And so in connection with that, there is also a this vote button. So in our block.json, we've also got this view module property. But now it's actually going to be called view script module. Both will work. It's confusing, but it was called view module. Now it's called view script module, and they both will work if you have Gutenberg active. But as of 6.5, only view script module will actually work. So I'm going to use that thing there. And what this is going to tell WordPress is that you need to load this view.js file, but load it as a module, not as a standard sort of in queue. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my results block. So anyway, so my build process, I have two build processes because one of the issues with using the experimental modules is that it will actually create two Webpack configurations. It will return a array. Watch it from the stream from the road. Nice. Well, just be safe. Flex. Come on now. Anyhow. So I have a custom WordPress, sorry, a custom Webpack install, or a custom, oh my God, words, a custom Webpack configuration that, okay, good. If you're not driving, then I approve this message. And what I'm doing here is, so I have some plugins in here. I've got variations. I've got this results thing that I'm building out, which is, where is that? In here. So like I've got all my results being built. Right, results screen, doing all that. Oh, I forgot I built all that. So why does my results block look like that? Anyways, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the problem, the current issue, and this is solely because it's experimental, is when you do this, what it will actually do is it'll return an array of Webpack configurations. So when you go to extend your Webpack, this default config actually looks like this. it returns two configs, script webpack and module webpack. And then when you try to add it to your extension, the world falls apart, because if you add the default config, it won't process the modules. But if you add the module config, it won't process the scripts properly. In fact, it'll fail because the majority of packages in WordPress are not set up to export ES modules in this way. And I'm realizing as I'm talking this, I don't think I fully understand the differences. So I'm going to have to dive into that to really understand the difference about what's happening here. So anyways, so that's why I have two build processes. I have a build process, one for blocks and one for other. And so the way I did it was I basically I used my regular build command that I had, added the experimental modules, and then for the other one, I point to a custom config to do it that way. So the other was my original one. So this just does it without the blocks, because I also moved the webpack, like the blocks directory. So this won't know where the blocks are. I can't find them anywhere. It doesn't really matter. So anyways, rambly. So what am I building here? So I am running npm run start, which is like the dev watch, and I'm gonna start for the blocks, and this is gonna run in the background. So this is generating the modules and everything behind the scenes. So let's look at that. So if I look at maybe look at this, I want to inspect, zoom it in. So there should be, like if I do a search for module, or sorry, I think it's what is it? Type equals module. Is that how it works? Script. No, it'll be. No, it won't be. It'll be link. Well, it'll be link. What? It'll be. Where are my queues at? Script source. There it is. Script type is module. So this is how it's loading those, right? So it loads it as the module type. So that's the difference between, can you see that okay? I'll zoom in a little bit better. So when queuing this, it's being queued as a module as opposed to queued as a, where's a different one? Script tag with just a source, right? So that's the difference, all that stuff. Is the mic, do I get to turn my mic up? What is it? You do sound a bit distant, actually. Oh, should I turn the music down? Is that the issue? Is that better? Oh my goodness. You know what? Hold on. No. I wonder if it's using sound settings. Delete the song too. Okay. You guys, I will figure that out. Input is the microphone. Output is, yeah. All right, I need a new song. Okay, fine. Well, the problem is I want to be able to use I want to stream music from like Spotify or something, but because I'm using Restream to stream to multiple places, I can no longer exclude my audio track, the music track from my VOD, so it makes it all kinds of copyright issues. I'll delete your song, Kevin. Attitude shows up here late. What is it like? It's like almost 11 p.m. your time, isn't it? Anyway, so that's what's going on there. Kevin can probably explain how modules work because he's smart. Yeah, I know there's stream safe music. I just haven't got there yet. Anyways, okay, so let's get into building here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a look at this. So the results page. Okay, so results. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of view script. I'm going to set it to view script module. Right, we're going to do that. Why is my build doing that weird? Okay, results. All right, I'm just going to see what I can figure out here. Oh boy, JS is needed. JS is indeed needed. So let's see. All right, so in the render, okay, so let's figure this out. So the edit state doesn't I don't really need to do too much with the edit state, but I've got some stuff. There's some stuff I do have. Okay, all right, boat progress inner. So I gotta look at how this is being generated, right? So this is not really what I need. But what I want to do is I'm gonna build out this correctly. All right, so I'm gonna put my UL in here. This thing. So I gotta how does this even work? So I got UL followed by an LI. I'm gonna fix all this up. So enough of your shenaniganery, which is a word I totally didn't just make up. And do that, and then I think I have a div in there I need to close. Yeah, and then we'll do this. Okay. All right. So this is the markup. What the deuce? What the deuce? Yeah, apparently my mic sounds a little low. Hold on, I'm just gonna turn it up. You tell me, I'm just gonna turn it up. Hold on, I'm gonna get some, where's my gain? My gain set. I'm gonna set the gain a bit higher. The volume, okay. Where is my stupid idiot? Okay, check 1 2, check 1 2. Hello, 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 hello. Is that better? Is that better, Kevin? Is that better? Check it. All right. Tell me if that's okay. You tell me if that's okay. I'm on the Twitter. Better here. Okay, perfect. Sweet. Okay, so this is going to be the title. And then in here, I'm gonna, okay, so key, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's do this. And yes, I'm being super anal about this, but I don't care. Much better. There we go. Perfect. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so style is going to, what is this? What is this? Determine width votes. Okay, so I know how we'll do that. So what is this determine width? What is this determine width business? So votes, total votes times 100. Okay, so that's a function that just does that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to just maybe hide that for now. No, that's not going to work. We'll do this. And then we'll just do whatever, 10 votes. Get this just looking sort of correct. Okay, so what does that look like if I render this now? Let's see. Title. 10 votes. Much better, much better, much better. Awesome. All right, why not doing that? So live vote bar, progress, vote inner. What am I missing? I must be missing a class or something somewhere. Well, it's definitely not getting the styling in. Okay, what's this? Cannot find module React. Oh yeah, okay. For now, I think I'm just gonna call this view. I'm just gonna get the module out of there for now. Oops. Okay. Cannot. Oh, because it's been. I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's gonna tell me I can't load or some crap. Oh, that'll do it. Build process died on me. Okay, so let's try that. Can you hear my stomach? What is the voodoo magic with this percentage at the end of that literal? In that literal, which literal are we talking about? In here? Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah. This is just, it's basically just, the string little. Yeah. So this is returning the results of determined width percent and then just adding percentage on the end of it. Could do that a much better way, I think. Okay. So let's see. There we go. Okay. So that was doing things, but why is it not getting, results, UI, vote bar, simple phase effect, vote progress, vote bar. So if I do this, it's gonna break, isn't it? Damn it. Okay, in the view, I'm going to just do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hide that. Holy smokes, I'm going in like this vicious cycle of stuff not working and then working and then not working and then working and then not working. Does class name work in PHP? Probably not. It's exactly what's wrong. Good call out there, bpmusic_de. Welcome to the stream. That's exactly why it didn't work. Because class name is only React. Well done. Okay, cool. So this is what I have. This is basically it, right? So that's what I want to have happen, right? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for fixing it. Cool. So we're gonna have basically a bunch of these, right? And this is it. Okay. So what's the next thing that I need to do? So what I want to do is this. Okay. So a couple of things we have to do to make this interactive. The first thing we have to do is we have to add a couple of directors. Now let me drop some links on you. So here's the documentation as it stands currently for the Interactivity API. So that's the first one, but you can get to this page from that page, but I'm also going to just drop it in here. But oh no, not WPH, sorry. That is the right page, but I was looking at that particular directive there. So let me just relink. Anyways, you can get there. So these are the directives, right? So in order to get this thing working, what we're going to do is we need to add the WP directive or interactive directive. Right. So we add that to the element that is going to be interactive. So I'm going to add this directly to my section tag. Oops. Right, just like that. Now we can look at some other blocks here. So I have a hat block. Let's look at the vote button. So in my render, you can see that I've got WP data interactive. So the value here, and this is something that you're going to have to get used to with the interactivity API, is the I hesitate to use the word weird, but the interesting use of quotes, because you would do this a different way. So we have to be very careful with the way that we handle the quotes, because they have to be single quotes on the outside, because the inside we are creating basically a JavaScript object, right? So this is this is going to allow this block to become interactive, and it's going to create a namespace for its store called Chef Kiss. That's just whatever I called it. So I think for the purposes of what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it results. Now, something that I want to mention about this is that you can actually have multiple blocks talk to the same store. You just have to give it the same store name, and that's what I'm actually doing with. So for the boat block, I've got Chef Kiss. It's got a bunch of junk. But then in my time remaining, it's also using the Chef Kiss one. So it's going to actually share all of this. So that's how we can pull information from the state. And that's what we're defining here. I'll get into that. Cool. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. So these wrapper attributes are fine. They're being passed in there. So this is just standard old PHP PHP stuff, right? So now that's cool. Awesome. Great. So this is now giving us, this is saying that this is interactive. It's not really doing anything, and I don't think we're going to see any sort of differences in here. It's exactly the same thing. But what we want to do is we want to retrieve all of this stuff, right? So to do that, what's the best way to do this? So let me show. What's the best way to do this? Okay. So because we need stuff from the database. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it in the view. So if we look at a view from, say, the time remaining, it looks very different. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to import. I'm just going to jump back over to my results page, and this view, I'm going to comment this all out for now because I want to access it later. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to import. We're going to import our store. Our store comes from, what is going on here? There we go, state. Our store comes from, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah. So we import store from the Interactivity API. So store is, we're going to build a store. So store returns state. I think it can return some other stuff too, like get context, and I think there's get element, and there's a few other things that we'll probably get into, but the one that you probably want to use the most is state. And then inside of this, we're going to create an object of items. Now, the reality of the situation, you can call this whatever you want, but sort of the way that the team that built this and the way that I've sort of been learning this is that you have one of three sort of properties, right? You've got state, you've got actions, and you've got callbacks. So state can be static things. So we can say, let's go message, right? And the message is going to be hi there, because that's a message. Now, you may be asking about selectors or wondering about selectors. So selectors go in the state object as well. But we use getter functions in JavaScript. So because like if you want to just access whatever the state message is, you can just say state.message. Like you don't need to do like get message. You don't need to do that. But if you want to create something that's called like derived state, you would say get, let's say, I don't know, whatever, get prefixed, if I can type it, prefixed message, right? And so what that's going to do is that's going to return, we'll say message, we'll go message state.message, right? So then this is what's referred to as like derived state. So you're creating state from other state, but right. So that's how we would handle this. Now in this particular case, we don't have a message that we want to display. There's nothing really there, right? Actions are going to be when we want something to happen. So like button clicks, unloads, update the message, whatever you want to do, right? Callbacks are a little bit special. They can be a bit of everything. I like to think of actions as things that the user can basically do, right? You click on a button, that's a user initiated thing. That's not always the case, but the majority of those are going to probably go in actions, or probably should go in actions. Callbacks are going to be things like more like programmatic stuff, like you want to do like a watch, you want to do like an effect, basically. That's where that stuff's going to go, I think. So, anyways, so these are the sort of three things that we have to deal with. Now, right now, there's a couple of things that we wanted to do. So in the original code, which I'm going to uncomment now because I can't read it. There's a few things that we have happening, right? We're building our results screen. So we got this get votes functionality, right? So we need to retrieve votes. So there's that. And then we have this, and then I'm setting an interval to repoll the results. So we need to figure that out. There's this determine width thing, which is a function that we need to determine the width of that particular bar. And then I think that might be it. I actually don't need this. Oops, don't need that at all. So we'll hide that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we set votes, use state, total votes, set votes. It's okay. So, okay, so for this, we're going to need some state right here. So let's set up our votes. We'll say votes, and it's 0, right? So that's going to kind of take care of that. We also need total votes, right? Which is going to be total votes. We'll set that at 0. Oh, sorry, votes is an array. The votes is an array. So I don't know why it's an array. I can't remember, but that's going to be that. Okay. And then my watch keeps freaking pinging me. It's really hard being super important and popular in life, guys. Just wanted you to know that. Okay. So that kind of takes care of that. Right? So this is going to be the default state, Mr. Stream. All right. So that I have to figure out. Now there is something that we have to, when we work with the Interactivity API, especially with modules, we have to be careful because we can't import other packages, unfortunately, because they are not set up to use modules yet, right? Probably Copilot wrote it. You shut your face, Copilot wrote it. Kevin! It was either Copilot or you, Kev. That's the only good code to get that gets written on this stream. Okay. Okay, so this is what I want to do. So I'm going to create. Who that? Oh, Mr. New Clute. Kevin! Oh, who did that? Somebody just triggered Kevin. That's awesome. Thanks for the follow there, Mr. New Clute. All right. Anyways, I'm rambling. Okay, so that's kind of the only two things that we need to worry about, right? We need to get all the votes. Okay. And we're gonna sort it. We're gonna sort the votes. Get the votes. We're gonna set the vote. Okay, total votes, set votes, and then we're gonna get the votes, and we're gonna loop through the votes. So we'll handle that. So let's ID, title, and votes. Okay, I'm going to do. What am I gonna do here? It's gonna be an array of objects. I'm gonna say ID, title 1, votes 5. Okay, so I'm just gonna hard code this for now because what I want to do is there's a particular. Okay, so this is all fine. There's a particular directive that I want to use for this, and it's called, you probably guessed it, WP directive. What is it? What's it called? Data WP each, right? So what this, okay, so this is exactly what I'm going to do. So what this allows us to do, I should explain something, and I probably haven't explained this, but all of the directives are prefixed with data because it's a data attribute. And so data dash, just, if I say I'm going to be using WP context, then it's always going to be prefixed with data because that's how that works, right? So what I want to do, so that's the context. So I'm going to say data W. Okay. First things first, you wrap it in a template. So we're gonna take this little template tag here, and so under here I'm gonna write template, right? And then this is my template. Okay, I'm gonna actually get rid of these other ones. So what this should do, now I'm not gonna fill in anything here, so interesting. Okay, this is probably what it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so each dash greeting context. Oh, let me read this again. Okay, the prompted holds the item in the context can be changed by passing suffix to this. Okay. So I do not understand that. Okay, fine. So this is a context. We have a list, and it's hello, hola, and hola. And so for the context, so that's for each item in context.list, we're going to output an li that's context.item. So this is going to turn into that, and that. Cool. The prompt that holds the item in the context can be changed by passing suffix to the directive name. In the following example, we change the prop item to greeting. Okay. Oh, each greeting is a contact list, and that. By default, it uses each element as the key. Path retrieve the key if necessary. I don't think it's the same as C data. It's the data attribute. So that was introduced, and maybe it is the same, but the idea behind that was back in the day when we needed to add extra things, like that was how you would add extra data to a particular element and then retrieve it with, say, jQuery. Okay. By default, it uses each element is the key for the rendered nodes, but you can also specify a path to retrieve the key if necessary. So I think we need to, cool. So data each greeting is context list. Data each key is contact greeting.id. Greeting. Okay, that's it. Greeting.value. Okay, so I'm going to do. I forget how that worked. So my template. The template has got the data. Okay, so I'm going to say data each. So the template, we're going to go data each. Not going to be greeting. I'm going to call it vote. And I'm going to pass that state dot, where'd that go? State.votes. Okay, so this should connect this to my votes list. So I've hard coded these votes. I'm just going to add a couple more in here. 2, 3, option 2, option 3. This will be 15 votes. This will be 1 vote. Okay. Right. And then, so each key, so the key is going to be the ID. So I'm going to add that. Okay. This is my first time playing around with this particular one, so I kind of like it. So it's going to be Daddy. So this is going to be let me look at that again. Naming things, man. Greeting. Okay, so vote greeting. Okay, so that's what. So I'm going to call this singular. No. Yes. Okay. So I've named this each vote. So in here I have to go I have to go, is going to be state.vote.id. That's going to be the key for each one of these things. Right. And then, okay. And then, all right, cool. And then, so in my H3 thing here, what I want to do is I'm going to bind it to the text. So what I want to do, so there's a directive called WP text, and what this does is this basically says make this node the text of whatever this thing is. So how context.greeting .value, so text is context state greeting. Okay, so this is going to be state.vote. What did I call it? Title. So in here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make this text, and it's going to be set to, you guessed it, something else, which now I can't remember what I called it. Votes. So this is the number of votes. So I can get rid of this. I should be able to get rid of that. And I should be able to get rid of this. And with a little luck, hello, Code with us on. Welcome aboard. We're going to see what happens. All right, so let's jump over to here. Let's see. Oh, didn't work. Okay, why didn't it work? Export, syntax error, standby. Oh, I probably know. I think I need to hide all this. I have a feeling that's probably part of the issue. Let's see. Unexpected. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Type error. Undefined reading votes. Okay. All right. Well, I wonder why this isn't working. Okay, is there something else? No, each. Template tags being then great. What store ID is so? Oh, did I? Who is that? Who did that? You're so smart. Again, BP Music DE coming in, saving the day. I think that's exactly what it is. But let's find out. Let's find out. You're so smart. SMRT. Okay, well, no, I didn't do it. ID cannot read property of undefined reading ID. So votes is an array of objects. Does it not work with an array of? No, that's an array of objects. ID. Well, no, because context is different. So store and context are two separate things. But that's a good call out. So the store, I wonder. Oh, I wonder. Okay, so there's another way. There is another way of doing this, and this is the way we'll probably have to do it because we're gonna want to retrieve stuff from the database. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use this function, and it's called the WP Interactivity state. And if I do votes in here, because this is what I'm going to need, right? We'll do an array of votes. I wonder if this is the problem, right? And it's going to be array of arrays, I guess. That's what that's going to have to be, and it'll be like ID, and we'll say, oh my god, one title is it's going to be one, and votes is going to be 10. Okay. So what this is doing, this is setting us. This is like default state from the sort of back end part. What is going on here? Okay, I'm gonna just make this an empty array for now. See if that changes anything. Weird. Okay, so let's look. This is just not liking what I got going on here. Section class display results UL. Okay. Well, maybe can I not? Maybe it can't work from WC Data Interactive, right? Is there anything else I have to do to make that work? I don't think so. Namespace. That's it. I just did put the namespace in. What am I doing here? So this is total votes. It's gonna be say 1,000. So I'm gonna just try something here. So I don't need the time remaining. So in here, I'm gonna say data WP text equals state dot total votes. Is that getting rendered? Yeah. So that gets rendered. Okay, so that's pulling it from here because total votes doesn't exist in my state here. So I'm going to pull this out for now because you don't technically need that. Like you define your store in your JavaScript, right? Can you view state from the console? Yeah, you absolutely can. So what we can do, that's a really good thing. So we'll do an action. We'll do callbacks. And we'll say this is going to be what? Debug, right? And console dog state. We don't need to pass a state, right? And then I think in here we can say there's a directive for like unloading. I think if you look at the top here, there's one for like init, WP init. So we can do WP init and do the callbacks. So I'm going to do that on the root element here. I'm just going to, doesn't really matter where we do it, but I will do it here. This is bugging me. All right, so do on init, and then here it's in my callbacks, and I called it debug. All right, so this should, when it runs, there we go. Now the thing about this is that you gotta kind of look into it a little bit. So here, oh, it's right there. Okay, so votes is 0. All right, so if I put my, no, I want to keep that, right? I'm gonna do, it's gonna be ID. Yes, ID is 1. Title's pizza. Votes is 5,000 because he wouldn't vote. Where's state stored? That's interesting. No, it's undefined. Wait, what did I do here? Oh, that's what I did. So we've got an array. I gotta get to it though. That's the thing. It's a bit janky. So votes 1,000, total votes. We have a vote. ID, title, pizza. So okay. So that's working. Now what isn't working is this WP each. If I just do that. I feel like it's definitely the UL that's not working. By the way, you can do JSON parse the string to unwrap the proxy. Huh. Learn something every day. What is it? JSON dot parse. And then JSON stringify and pass it. Pass it state. Is that what we're talking about here? Like that? I guess we'll just find out 1 second. Oh, look at you, you smart, good-looking guy. All right. So why? So votes. Maybe I'll change this to count. Maybe there's something going on with the votes thing. Count. What is going on? Okay, I'm gonna just use the example that they are passing in here for the each. What? You get out of here. Did they just change that? Okay. That's okay. Is it? Where is it now? Is it in a block editor handbook now? I gotta find it. Sorry, where in the how-to guides? Does it go in there? Inside packages. Oh, okay. Reference guide. Package. Oh, it's in there. Okay, cool. And that's interactivity. Interactivity, right? In here. And API reference. Is this where it takes me? Oh, here we go. Cool. Awesome. So this has been moved into the block editor handbook now. This was something that I knew that they were working on. Oh, there's a broken image here. It looks like. Heads up on that. Okay, what was I doing? So I need the each. So let's look at the each. It's not jumping down to the each. Oh my lord, where are we here? Bind style text run window something watch init run key each. Okay, hey bro, can you show how can I add icon? Natik Bauer, I don't know what you mean. Can maybe show it, but I'm not really sure for the image. Ah, cool, awesome. Okay, so if I just do this, I'm gonna just plunk that code in here, just right there, and I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna just see what happens, how that works, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this. So let's just see. So over in here, okay, so that worked. That worked. All right, so I'm going to move it. We're going to do this. I'm just going to do list. All right, it's going to be array. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. So if I change that to state.list and state.item, it doesn't. Does it not work from state? Is that what the issue is? So it needs to be context. Okay, well maybe it just needs to be context. So, okay, so then if I just change this to what? Okay. Can I do it this way? Can I do it that way? Can I just apply this, I think that worked. Okay. So let's try this then. I'm gonna go get out of here. I'm gonna go context, boom, and we're gonna go state.votes. And does that give me my votes? Does it give me my votes? Oh, it gave me something here. It did something. Don't ask me what. It did something. So then this has to change the context, I guess, right? Oh, I keep clicking on this, but I should be clicking on this. So let's just see. All right, I want to see what this does. Plug this in here now. Okay, that seems to be doing the exact same thing. So it's an array of objects. I think I need to rethink this a little bit. So yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. So all I'm doing here is defining the context. So I think what I need to do, I'm going to define the context in here. Data WP context. So the difference between context and state is that context is like local in here, and state is global to the store. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is doing something like this. Context, right? I'm going to go an array. I'm going to give it an array of, it's going to be like votes, right? Votes. And this context is going to have to be updated all the time. ID. ID is going to be 1. Oh, come on. 1. 1. Title. Hello. And yeah, try that. And then votes is going to be, let's say 11. Sure, because I don't feel like fighting with it. Okay, so that's going to be that. So then in here, what I'm going to do is in my context, I'm going to, I did this in another block. So let me just look and see, is it rendered? No, it might be vote button. Vote button. So that's what I did. Okay, so we're going to do that. So WP data WP context. I'm JSON encoding my context, which is up here, and this is why is this yelling at me? Because it hates me. Why is it yelling at me? Unexpected. Oh, it needs another one of these. That's why. Okay. So that should give me my context. So I don't need this context here anymore because it's already in place, right? And so what I want is context.votes, and this is going to be title. And I'm going to change this to vote. So context.vote.title. Okay. Let's just see. It is just not happy with me. Okay. Okay, so if I do this, and I change this to votes, I change this to 1, 2, 3, maybe they don't have to be strings, maybe that's part of the problem. And then I add votes 11. Oh. Okay, so, okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. I'm going to get rid of this template. I'm going to bring this template back in. So this is going to be context and state. No, it's going to be context.votes, right? And didn't work. Crap. Stand by. Let me just get the other example up here. So on the template, data.each. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, so dash vote is going to be that. And the key is vote ID, vote title, vote count. It's not count. I'm going to change it to count. That ID, title, Bob. Let's see, refresh. Oh, crap, no. Sorry, I don't need that. So, ha, getting closer. Okay, great success. So I can get rid of this now. Okay, so this is strange. I wonder if, so I wonder if this needs to be, I'm just going to try making this a string. I don't know why this would be the issue, but I don't know. Do this. No. No, it does not like that. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because... Yeah, I think it's because it's a different shape, right? Like ID, title. Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. But map is not a function. Interesting. So how am I going to do that? How am I going to dynamically generate? I mean, oh, wait a minute. Weird because you'd think that you'd be able to do state.votes, like you'd think, because that's the correct thing, right? Contact vote ID, context. It doesn't want to work. Oh, what if I did this? Votes? What if I did something a bit more tricksy? It's gotta be, I must be doing this wrong. I think I'm doing this wrong. I need to figure out. There's gotta be a way of doing this. So if I put that in there and then I just call this votes, right? But then I set votes to state.votes. Does data used to vote name context to vote? It should be vote dot. Well, not according to this. According to this here, we've named it greeting, right? So then we're looking and we're saying that this context.list is going to be referred to as greeting. So then context.greeting is the text and so on and so forth, right? Because as soon as we name it, we have a different key, and now we're looking in whatever that key is. That's according to that, but I mean, we can try. Definitely up for experimentation here. Right? So it's my understanding that by adding this, that the actual item becomes that. But I'm guessing. Okay. Oh, sorry, I broke something there. I need to do that. Still getting the same error. Okay, so the only way that I can do it is to hard code that list. Let me try something. There's a function called get context, and what if I set I'm gonna try this. Context equals get context, and I say context context, not dispatch. What is this? Dot votes is equal to state dot votes. Wait, what? Is get context not a function? The store. So there's actions, side effects. Where's the? Oh, it goes up here. My bad. That's not right. Okay, so let's try this again. Oh, well, that's one way of doing it. Huh. So I have to do it like that? I mean, it's fine because so if I don't do that, what happens? Nothing happens. Okay. So if I just set it to an empty array, it's going to show an empty array, and then it loads in. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I have to use JavaScript to do this. I think it's the only way of doing it, but I have to set the context. Hold on a second. Get vote. Turn state dot votes. What the deuce? That's right. State. I'm gonna call something different. Get votes. I'm calling it get or get votes. So if I do this, state get votes. How does that work? Oh my god, did that just work? No, that couldn't have worked. Couldn't have worked. I think I needed to stop that. Wait, no. Did that just work? Like, that just worked. Okay, so in here, what if I do this? It still works. But why is it called context? What do you, oh, you're saying what did I break? So votes, right? And that's an array, right? You're saying, sorry, Kevin. So you're saying that I've set this up wrong? Like it should be that, right? Hello to. Right, because that's a votes. It's a. Oh, Cavaroo. It's an array of arrays. Something like that, right? That's what I need. I may have just set up my data incorrectly, and Kevin's just saved the day. Kevin, saving the day. Saving the day. What is that from? That's like an 80s movie that everyone loves. What is this? WP context data W. What is this? Oh, what is that? Oh, that's sweet. Oh, very nice. I didn't know that existed. Thank you for that. So instead of doing this, you're saying I can do this, right? Echo, and then I need to just pass. I'm just going to pass my context in there, I guess. Context. I didn't know that existed. That's a great little function. Now it's going to. Okay, that's fine. And then if I get rid of this. Oh, that's not it. Ooh. So that's in Gutenberg right now. Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. I'm going to maybe bring this one back, but this is good to know about, just because if this gets changed in core. So this is basically, this will output essentially that, which is so nice. Okay, so that is my stuff. Okay, so then it's in core, but it may change. Oh, so will it be called that for 6.5? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we can use this in 6.5 then. Awesome. Okay. Well, then I will use this because this makes sense. This is gonna yell at me for not escaping data. Get context attribute. Oh, okay. Well, sure. That's not a bad idea. Okay. So this is here. That's great. So all right. All right, Dan. That's really cool. So this is okay. So, but this is interesting that I can do this. So I can return my votes with a getter, but I can't just access votes directly. That seems strange to me. So I go state.votes. This works. What in the hell? What in the hell? What in the actual hell is going on? Right. So I don't even need that now. It just works. Okay. I sure. I don't know. Okay, so it's ridiculous. All right, well, this is great. So what was the other thing that I need to do here? So I need to okay. So where is the data coming from? This isn't even a thing that I actually need, right? If I get rid of that, oh, I broke something. I'll get rid of that. Get rid of this. I don't even need that right now, right? Oh God, what have I broken? I've broken something. Context. Oh, I don't think I need. Let me just do this for now, because that's coming in from JavaScript land. So it's not even being used. Right. Okay. So, okay. Anyways, I gotta get back on the work in this thing. I'm like, oh, it's almost noon and I've got like nothing happening. So this is rendering, which is really handy dandy. But in our original view, I needed to do a couple of things. So determine width. So I need a, I guess I need an action. I don't know where to put that. So in my store, what I want to have is I want to have, I'm gonna have, maybe it's actually a getter state. I don't know where to put this, but I'm just gonna put it in here now and say get determine width, and it's gonna take votes and total votes, and it's gonna return that, and it's gonna yell at me. Oh, cannot have parameters. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna put it in actions. I'm gonna get it out of here. I'm gonna put it in here, right? And then it's gonna take those things. So then in my render, where was that being rendered out? It was being rendered in a style on the div under the progress. Where did it go? So class name, vote progress inner, vote progress inner. And then in here, there's another attribute called, I think it's WP, I think it's some kind of style. list of directives. Style. Okay. WP style. And we'll jump down to the next one, and it's right here. So, okay, cool. So then we'll go WP style, and we'll put it in there, right? I'm gonna put it up here actually. And the style is gonna be appended with the thing that we're gonna do the style, and the style is gonna be the width. So we're gonna say the width like this, and this is gonna be actions. Oh wait, I need to pass it. Information. So how will I do that? I'll click the log ID. Oh, I know how. Okay. So I know how. Do I know how? So I think what I need to do is I need to get the element that this is happening on. Because this will be what? Actions dot, what did I call it? I don't remember what I called it. In here, actions dot determine width. Right? Actions dot determine width. So does anyone, you don't need data in the JS anymore. You don't need the data in the JS anymore. No, I don't. That's what I'm using for now. It doesn't really matter. But in the determine width, there is a get context, there's also a get element, right? And I think what I might need to do, because I need to get the total count, which I have somewhere. Oh, was it total votes, right? So I can get that, and I can get that just from state. So I can say state. So this would be because state is exported here, so I can say state dot total votes, right? So I don't need this one anymore. But what I do need to get is the votes for this particular element, and so I can get access to the element. I think const element is going to be get element, and just like this. And I think I can just go. I'm just going to console log element right now. Should think it's going to give me the element. So let's see. I'm going to try to say element as many times as I possibly can. So ref is null, attributes is proxy. Attributes. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna do what Kevin told me to do, and do this and do that and refresh that crap. So I got attributes. So I should be able to add more attributes to it. So if I did something like data dash vote, like vote count, votes, right? And I bind this. Oh wait, WP bind dash votes. Does that when? I don't know what that's gonna do. I have no idea. Oh, I have access to it. Votes. Okay, and then I can say it's gonna be like that. Right. Oh no. Oh, I have the votes right there. That's what I want. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So I don't need to do any of that janky stuff. So the element actually gives me more than just, I was assuming that when I called get element in here that I would get this like the DOM element, but I think it's just element.votes like that. And then do this. How did I do that in there? That was kind of tricksy. Well, that's how I did it. Just like that. something like that. So okay. So how can I just find out what that is? So wait a minute, maybe I'm just needing to total votes is 15. Oh, because it's count. Do that, but it still didn't really work. Oh, wait a minute. It's attributes. Where did vote go? I just had something. Did I not just have something in there? Oh, that's weird. Class. So this, but oh, okay. Okay, so I think I do have to add something in here. Okay, so I'm going to say data-wp-bind. What I want to do is I want to basically just make right, is bind the right one? I don't know. Bind is supposed to connect basically two things. Allows attributes based on a thing. Okay, so bind area expanded. Okay, so I'm going to do data count. That's going to be context.vote.count, which I've now changed. I gotta put this back. This is gonna be count. This is gonna be element dot. Oops. What? Get out of here. Count. What is happening here? Count. Okay, and that's going to be count. Oh boy, I almost spelled that super dangerously. Let's see what do we got in here now. So, but data count is 1,000, so I need to pull data count out. Okay, so it's going to be element. Okay. Attributes. And then data count. Be what? Do like this. Data count as count. Element is not defined. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh. There we go. Oh, we got there. Whew, we got there, friends. Cool. So that's determining the width of that. So that was kind of a roundabout way. I don't know if anyone, Cloro, if you know, or sorry, Chorolo, if you know a better way of doing that, I'd be all ears, because I don't know if actions, and this is a question I have to ask, I just don't know. I don't know if you can have it like receive information through the DOM, which I don't think would make any sense, but I need to get that count, right? And so the way I'm doing it now is I'm binding the count to an attribute, and that's just how we're doing it, right? And then my style width is so I'm gonna set the width attribute inline style to determine the width of that box, right? And then this is binding the text, so when it reads, it shows me that, right? And so we can see what the total count is Well, actually, we don't have the total count in there at all. Right, but now what we need to be doing is getting actual information. So, get actual information. Can you get context and determine function to get that count? Maybe. Get context. Let's see. So I can definitely call const context equals get context. Oops. And maybe that's all I need, right? So state total votes console context. Oh, come on. Waiting for that autocomplete to autocomplete. Oh. Oh, so I could get context that way, I guess, and just, you know, pull the ID out and get the count. That would be another way of doing it. Yeah, I just feel like either way is a bit of a roundabout way, but it could also be so, because how am I so in my yeah, could definitely do that. Love the debug function, by the way. Thanks. It's Kevin. Kevin told me that. If it's a shallow object, just do ... context. Oh, like just console log that out. Yeah. So just context of boat ID. It's weird because what if just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to break this again, I think. But if I just do context instead of state, you can't do it in state. Okay. Has to be in context, but I don't know how that gets into context when maybe because I don't know at this point. It's a bit strange. So because these are my votes that I'm storing in the state object, and there's my total votes. All right, which is going to be updated. We need to check that, I guess. I just need, this is really cool. This is cool. Okay, so what I want to do then is so total votes is actually not gonna. It's not a hard coded value. It needs to be a value that gets changed, right? And so in here, let's look. Okay, so I have this get votes function that I'm using. I'm using a API fetch for it, and there's a very special thing about API fetch. So I'm going to do a get votes call. So in my vote button, I am also using some async await stuff, but the issue that you run into is you have to refer to it with this. You have to refer to it from the global, because if you try to import it, well, let me just show you. So if I were to go import, what is it, API fetch from API fetch, and I build it, you see I get this error right here, which is totally expected because this is supposed to be building modules. And the other packages in WordPress don't support modules yet. I don't know what the timeline is on that, but I know that it's coming. So what you have to do is, instead of doing it this way, won't work, not in the browser, just in life, you're going to want to import it like this, right from the global, right? So we're going to pull it in like that. So this will be fine. This builds successfully. And then what we want to do is we're going to want to have, we need to have an init call, right? So we're going to get this function happening here. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to just, man, this is going to be a conference thing I need to figure out again too. But okay, so where's the best place to put this? So this is something that's not going to happen. It's going to be in the callbacks, I guess. We're going to go. It's going to be retrieve votes. Retrieve votes. and it's going to go in there. So, or I'm just going to call it get votes because that's what I called it. So get votes, right? And then inside of this, we're going to just plug that in there for now. So I can probably use async. Can you use async 08? I'm not sure if you can, but we'll find out. So just for the sake of stuff, better. Oh, right. We want to use yield. So what do we need? We need that, and then it's yield like this. Right, we do want to use, okay, so I need an example of that. I'm looking for, maybe I should be looking for yield instead. Okay, there's nothing in here. If you have an example of that, I'd love to see it. I'm not gonna mess with this right now because I don't use generator functions very often, so I'm just going to debug the data, and I probably won't need to do it that way. So what this is going to do is this is going to hit a custom endpoint that I've hit in the conference. I need a conference ID, and it's going to be ID 9. I'm just going to hard code it for now because I don't want to mess with it. So it's going to get that stuff. Okay, and so get votes, and so I'm going to no longer have this debug. This is going to be get votes. So what should happen here is when this thing initializes, it should call the get votes function. There we go. We're going to take a look at that in a second. That's navigate, yield, action. So okay, cool, excellent. Thank you for sharing that. I think you can async await too, but there was something behind the scenes that went with. There's a reason that yield was used, and I can't remember what it was. It had something to do. There's a very technical reason for it. So I'll dig it. I'll find that. Someone explained it to me at some point, but I forget. So I'm gonna look into that. Anyways, what's the deal? So this should do that. So in my result view, I want to have it basically say, I'm gonna call console.log fetching votes and see what comes. See what happens. What happens? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna refresh that. WP is not defined. Count cannot be accessed with async. I think that's what it was. I think there's something to do with the way it was. WP is not defined. What are you talking about? It's not defined. Vote block. Did I have to do this in a different specific way? Oh, I know why. I'll tell you why. The other downside of this is that in your build, you have to actually go in and where did I do that? You have to make sure that it's in queued, and if it's not in queued, because your dependency arrays need to make that happen. So did I do this something funky in here? I can't remember. Let's look in the build. Vote button in my view asset. Doing queues. Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. Okay. I have to add it to my list of dependencies, definitely, for my list. What is this? Block namespace pass, get their stashes and queue them. Okay. Oh, I know. Okay, duh. Okay, so I'm doing that in the actual vote button in here. So this is one of the downsides. Is you have to actually do this. You have to enqueue the script for this particular block because I'm using it, but it's the because I'm not using the import statement. The dependency extraction plugin doesn't know to add it to the list of dependencies. So this should fix this now. Hopefully, there we go. Fetching votes. So we got total votes, and our votes are here, right? So we got all this stuff. So this is great. So this is going to fetch that. And so what we need to do now in our view is we're just debugging the data, which isn't really all that helpful. What we're going to do is I'm going to do all this stuff again, right? So the idea total votes is we're getting yeah. So then I'm going to say state dot total votes is going to be total votes, and state dot votes is going to be sorted. And then we'll see. And there we go. Interesting. Oh, I know why, because it's not return. Okay. So the width didn't work, and the width didn't work because I have to make a change in what's returned from the REST API. So if we look at this REST API stuff, it's going to return. I need to change that to count, and this should fix that. But boom, 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 boom. So now in my view, I'm going to set this to null, or just the like. Oh God, I'm going to set this to a sane values of 0 and empty, and we can do this, and it loads. Now it's not sorting though. I wonder why it's not sorting. Oh, do I have to? I wonder what. Oh, because it's count. It's count. Come on now, it's count. I am gonna spell that wrong, and you guys are gonna screenshot it, and things are gonna happen. There we go. There we go. Great success. So this is working. The only thing it's not doing now is that it's not refreshing. So okay, so that's it. So we got our get votes. We got our debug, which I don't really need that anymore. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to so when it inits, I'm going to do get votes. But what I want to understand is the list of directives. So yeah, it's for WordCamp Asia. It's going to be a workshop that I'm doing. So init, what is run? Can you have multiple inits? I wonder if you can have multiple inits. Running out of time. You're running out of time. Oh no, I've got all my stuff. We're good, man. I'm just this is just extra. Not run. So it runs the past during node's render execution. You can use and compose hooks like useState, useItem inside the past, in fact, and create your own logic, providing more flexibility than previous directives. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I don't know if this is the correct one, but I'm going to do this. So data because WP run, and it's going to be callbacks. We're going to do timeout. Timeout. Right, and then in my callbacks, I'm going to do a timeout in here. Right, it's going to be a function. Now, basically that's what I want. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pull in use effect from here. I'm basically just gonna steal my use effect that I had down here. This is pretty much what I want to do, right? And then do this, right? And then so this is gonna be, all right. BP Music DE, thanks for your help. And I think I have to call. I have to say what I have to say. I have to callbacks dot. Can I do that? Can I get action? Can I get access to that? I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what that's gonna do. Let's just see. Callbacks is not defined. Okay. Well, I should be able to get callbacks like that, right? I should be able to do that, shouldn't I? Conference is not defined. Well, where's conference? Oh, right. I'm gonna set this for 9 for now. We'll do that. Okay. So fetching votes should be fetching votes. It's fetching votes. Okay. So if I come in here and I start undoing things, we should see some stuff happening. There we go. Okay. It's working. So as people vote, it will change. And that's it. That's pretty much it. The only thing that left to do now is to figure out what the conference ID is, right? And I have that information stored in don't have it stored in context. So what I'm going to do, I need to do, how do you vote? You vote by pressing the, so on the thing, you're going to click add recipe. It's going to, and that's basically going to, this is your vote, right? And then when you run out of allotted space, you can't vote anymore, right? And then the results get updated. I broke something there. I need to fix that, but yeah. So get context. So context is not really what I care about right there. I'm going to set a conference. So I'm just going to do this. Oops. Oh, come on, don't do that. My stomach is growling like crazy. Can you hear that? It's craziness. Just click it 100 times. No, you can't just click it 100 times. Because when you click it once, it removes it. See? Add, remove, add, remove. Oh, I broke something. See? Oh, Kevin, of course you're going to break everything. Right? So it manages what can be, yeah. Anyways, someone's going to break it. I'm sure it'll be Kevin. Kevin, you're not allowed to come to my workshop. I've already decided. I've told them. I said if Kevin comes, to say just do this, Kevin, and tell him to leave. Okay, what is this? Something's yelling at me there. What am I? Context. Okay, so then in here I should be able to say, I'm gonna be able to get context. I will say context. I'm gonna say conference. What do I call it? ID? I don't remember what I called it. I'm gonna give it a JavaScript friendly name. Conference ID. Conference ID equals get context, and then that's gonna go in here. And it's also gonna pull get the context in here too. Whoa. And we're gonna set that there, and we're gonna set that there, not there, and there. And I'm hoping that this is just gonna like just stink and work, man. Cannot destructure property of conference as it is undefined. Okay, so maybe I need to debug data context. What is this? Conference ID. It's right there. What? That worked. Okay, so what? Interesting. Maybe I have to do it in here. I think that's what I have to do. You dirty son of a bitch. What? Well, I'll do it. What? Get votes. Oh, I think it's because it's not actually need to be followed. So let's. What the hell is going on? Okay, so there's something up with that wasn't. Something going on here. So it works the first time, and then this doesn't work? Oops. Oh God, it's probably some stupid thing. Okay, well that seems right. I think maybe I have to do this. Maybe I need to be pulling this inside. I probably have to pull this inside this function. Right, center level, get votes. Why don't you just do it inside the votes? I don't need the context there. It's gonna do it on its own because I'm a doping idiot. I'm a doping idiot. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you got what I need. It's weird because it's like that doesn't have any. It's like that doesn't have any. Okay, I need to figure out a better way to do this because this is clearly not working. And I don't know why this doesn't have... Oh! Should I set it to the state? Maybe I should set it in state. Can I do that? I'm gonna go state dot CID equals this. And then if I pull that, it should still work. No, it's fetching votes, but it's not doing it right. Okay, I think this doesn't have access to the store for some reason. I think that doesn't have access to the store. Something like outside the store. So maybe that's definitely not the right one then. So init. I'm gonna attach this to the init. I'm gonna attach it to the init. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna change this from to init. And hopefully this works. Let's see, console.log. So it fetches the votes. Ha. Okay. All right. Let's fix this up. So in here, I'm going to say timeout, and I'm just going to say, I'm just going to do this for now. Need to actually set the interval there. This is bad because it's gonna be a huge memory leak in here, I think. Because that's never gonna remove. Huh, okay. Well, I guess this is the last little piece of the puzzle here. I should probably call it 'cause it's almost 12:30. But I gotta figure out the best way to do that. So call this timeout. It should just be, it doesn't need to do that. Oh, maybe, should only be called once, right? But it's going to be setting a, oh, it's not even getting called. Well, that's a problem. So what do I call this? Callbacks.timeout. Can I not? I thought it said I can have more than one. Oh, they did unique ID. There we go. Why? That just doesn't want to do it. Just doesn't want to do it. Why does it need to do that? Yeah, I know. There's got to be a better way of doing this. Because I want it to do this. But for whatever reason, when this gets called, the get votes doesn't have access to context, and I can't figure that out. So, and that's something that I need to. You lose scope when you push to the event queue like that. Okay, well that's probably what it is. So how can I trigger this to run every few seconds? Let's see. I don't think there's anything in here that would help me. Style on. I can use watch, but nothing's changing from the user, right? Oh, this changes, yeah. So WP watch directive looks like it might be saying logging, setting the focus, changing the state of context. So when the element is created, each time that any property of the state or context inside that callback changes, which will be nothing because it only runs once. If it does, the return function is used as cleanup logic. Okay. All right. I'm going to reach out to the folks. I could probably pass in the context from the timeout function. Well, I think the problem is I can't get access. Like when this gets called from in here, the context is gone. Like it gets it the first time, but it doesn't get it again. Get votes context override. I mean, I could get. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how to. Does get interval work in here? I get interval. Like get element would it work in here? Oh, like this, like context, like, oh, like that? Oh, sorry. Like you're talking about outside the interval? Like something like this, is that what you're saying? And then pass it into the context like that. And in here, I could say context, Kevin, little smart cookie, you. Let's see if that works. And it works. It worked. Beautiful. Beautiful. The only thing is now, the problem with this is this timeout's going to run, or this interval is going to run forever. I mean, I guess it's only going to live on this page, but I think if you, like, there's no cleanup for this. So I need to clean that up. So I'll have to figure that out. Now there is, I could try that run thing again. Yeah, I want it to always pull, but if I navigate away, I guess it'll be fine. Like if I go here, it's not gonna keep running because it's not loaded anymore. So it's probably fine. It's probably fine and stuff. So we'll just have that running forever on the results page only. Ooh, the results. That's not the right thing. Results page. And that's gonna run. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, Kevin saved the day again. Bit of a day saver you are, Kev. All right, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. That's all smarty pants. This Kevin guy. Oh, request animation frame that you can call over again. Oh, interesting. I've never used request animation frame. Request animation frame. Let's take a look here. Oh, window.request animation frame. And then you pass the function in. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a much better way of doing it. So then, all right, so let's do that because I hate the idea. I hate this. So what do we do? Like window.request animation frame. All right, it takes a function. So then I'd want to pass. Can I just do this? And is that a thing? Is that possible? Let's see. I don't know. Let's just take a look. Oh no. Parameter 1 is not of type function. Yes, it is. All right, I gotta read up on this. I have to jump off, but this is definitely something that I want to read up on. Animate function, animate. Okay. So how do you run it multiple times? Oh, I see. I see. You ask for it once and then you get it again. Okay. Okay. So last time window. Time is passed to it. It receives. So you just keep asking it over again. Okay. Okay. Oh, it just like that. Okay, I can jump off, but I'm gonna fix that up because I think that's exactly what I need, and it's better than. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. So I need to do like put a function in there, right? Right, and then call it, and then I basically call it again, don't I? Something like that. Something like this. With a little luck, I'll Stack Overflow the browser. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Don't run it. I just ran it. I just ran it, Cal. I just ran it. All right. I'm going to stop right now, and I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We almost got it done, and it's just because of my crappy JavaScript skills that we were not able to get it done. But thanks to Kevin and BP underscore whatever. But yeah, I was trying to Stack Overflow the browser. We got pretty far, so it's working. It's working the way I wanted it to, and we just need to. The only thing is I don't like that, but we'll figure that out. And then yeah, cool. All right, well I'm gonna stop. But thanks so much, Kev. You're the best. Kevin, an appreciation, Kevin. That you're awesome. But yeah, so we'll chat at you later, and thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Talk to you soon.